Hi, guys. So I am out this morning because I got asked to be on a panel for the student teachers. So we're at the meeting that Miss S is at today. I got asked to talk to that group of student teachers about being in classrooms. So that's where I am this morning. But I know you're going to be totally amazing. And I will be back on Monday and we will draw for prizes for the activity that we did yesterday with solving equations. We will do that drawing on Monday. And based on how your report goes, that will determine how many students I draw. So as of right now, I was planning on drawing like five or rolling five numbers for the problems that you solved in class. However, if word comes back that you guys were amazing, I could easily be convinced to roll more numbers, which means that more people have the opportunity to win. Okay, so the responsibilities, I'm looking at your kid note right here, and you know this is also linked in your all the super important weekly things. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is write down three things that you can control in our room while I'm gone. So you have what in our room while I'm gone. So you guys have a bell ringer spot right here. That's where the bell ringer is listed. You're going to actually write your bell ringer on the back side of your maze. So you're going to write your bell ringer and your exit slip on the back of this page, and this is going to get turned into our guest teacher before you leave the class. You have a couple of different things that you need to do. So the first thing that you need to do is turn in your homework from last night. So rather than everybody rushing up to the box, I would like to have this pass forward. And if you didn't finish it, then you're going to start with this activity. And remember, it was very, very important that you show your work the right way. So you guys have a really good example, a really good couple of examples in your journal about what that should look like. So all work needs to be shown to get full credit. If you do not show full credit, if you do not show all of your work, you do not get full credit. So that needs to be turned in. So that's going to be activity number one if you didn't finish it. Activity number two is going to be this one-step equation maze. You all know how to do a maze. We've done a million of them, maybe not a million, maybe more like probably five. So you're going to be expected to show all of your work. And I would like for you to do your maze in pencil. So if you're doing it in pen and you make a mistake, it's really tough to go back and scratch that out. So you're going to need to do this in pencil. So you're going to show your work on a separate sheet of loose leaf paper. If you do not have any, please ask the guest teacher for some and she will supply you with some. Each student gets one sheet. They're not for drawing. They're not for writing notes. They're not for making a paper airplane or throwing at your neighbor or doing anything super weird like that. They're for solving equations because this is not enough room to show your work. So I'm expecting that every single one of you will have a scratch piece of paper to staple to this when you turn it back in because every single one of you needs to show your work. Okay, so bell ringer and exit slip on the back, working on this maze. When you are done with the maze, you're going to check it in with the guest teacher. If it's all correct, then you're good to go on to the next thing. So the next thing for you is going to be BuzzMath. There is a solving one-step equations BuzzMath that has been loaded in to your BuzzMath account. I have like one person who went ahead and did it, and it took that person literally less than 12 minutes. So there is no reason that you shouldn't get it done because it's like even easier than this since you don't have to show your work. Because I know you guys know how to do these. It's just showing your work is the hardest thing. Again, all of this information is in your all the super important weekly things. So don't feel like you have to memorize what I'm saying. So the next thing that you're going to do, the maze and the BuzzMath are totally independent. The third thing that you get to do is with a partner at your table. You are not moving to a different location. You are doing this with a partner at your table. If you do not want to work with somebody at your table, then too bad because you kind of have to in order to get points. So you guys are going to get a sheet like this to share. So this is 4 different solving equations games. I would like for you to do at least, hold on. 2 sides. I would like for you to do at least 1 on each side. I would actually prefer that you do more because more practice is good. Actually, let's do this. Let's say that this is for a total of 10 points, 5 points per game on each side. And for every additional game that you do, you get a point of extra credit. So 10 points plus some extra credit, that's a pretty good way to start off your quarter, don't you think? I think so. So anyway, the way that you would play is if I want this spot, I would solve this equation. I could solve it on a separate sheet of paper, or if I want to write it really small but show all of my steps, I can show it in this box for this activity. I would prefer you get better practice and do it on a separate sheet of paper. But either way, you just have to show your work. So if I want this box, I solve this. And then I do that check step to make sure that it's good. And if my partner and I both agree that it's been solved correctly, I get this space. Get it? It's like real tic-tac-toe, except you have to solve. So this is your next activity. By the way, if you do not have your Chromebook with you today, you are going to be doing this worksheet instead. You're going to be doing all of the problems on the front and then 9 of the problems on the back. If you do not do this, those of you that do not do your buzz math, you will be responsible for both items. So very serious about this. So buzz math, I would prefer that it be buzz math, but if you do not have your Chromebook with you, then you will have to do these. And then if you don't turn this in, you'll eventually have to do that buzz math. Okay, so activity 1 is the maze. Activity 2 is buzz math, or this really fun mixed review worksheet, 2 sides, because I'm the meanest around. And then activity 3 would be your solving equations tic-tac-toe. Now, activity, I don't have this sheet over here. If you're done with those things and there's anything that you were missing from earlier in the week, like let's say you didn't do your brain pop or you check Skyward and you don't have those 2 activities done from Monday and Tuesday, you could work on those as well to get those turned in for late credit. And if you're totally finished with that, you can play one of the games that's linked in your all the super important weekly things. I put Ratio Rumble in, it's an old favorite. And I also put in a game called Solving Equations Pong that is really, really fun, I think. So either way, whichever thing you choose to do when you're done, if you're a person who wants to draw and you're going to sit and draw quietly, I'm also okay with that too. What I'm not okay with is you disrupting people, being out of your seat, or being on your phone. So as long as you're done with all of your tasks and doing something quiet and respectful at your seat, it's really not going to be a problem. You all know, we've talked about it. If you have to, if the sub has to learn your name, you've done too much. And you know what the consequence is. It's going to be a detention, a phone call home, and a write-up. So I have faith in you that you're going to make a good decision. I also want you to notice that over behind my desk is block 1. That is your sticky note incentive. Block 2, your incentive, Miss S and I are working on it, but you both classes have the opportunity to have your positive report from a guest teacher removed today. And that would be really, really great for you. So thank you in advance for making good decisions, and please do your best. Please be respectful and appropriate and make me proud. And I will see you. Block 2, I will see you in the second half of the day. Block 1, I will see you on Monday unless I have to chase you down because you did something silly while I was gone. So anyway, thanks so much. Have a great day. And by the way, you can listen to music while you work, but the expectation is that you get your work done, and the only place your music comes from is your Chromebook. If you do not have earbuds in class with you, then that's a no. If you do not have a charged Chromebook, you have to use a bad day pass. That is up to you, but you need to be at your spot doing your best work. Thank you so much.